Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, listen, real quick, listen. I have an idea for another podcast that you guys have to steal this conversation. We're just leaving dinner, and an epiphany happened, and so you guys need to steal this idea. If you don't know what kind of podcast that you want to start, this is the one that you need to start. I'm telling you, this is going to be viral. So the podcast that you need to start is going to be called Dinner Conversations. Like family dinner conversations, like you can name it whatever you want, like family dinner conversations, or conversations with whatever. I don't care what it is, but I'm telling you right now, this podcast idea that I have, somebody needs to do this. Dinner conversations, whatever. And so you talk about, you have people come on the show and you get an insight into their dinner conversation. How freaking cool is that? Because we always have dinner conversations around Thanksgiving. It's always political or religious or something like that. I'm telling you, I'm fired up right now. I am so freaking fired up. I still want to think, oh my God, I will co-host this with you guys. Whoever wants to start this thing, we'll co-host it together. It will only be talking about dinner conversations. So many times we're at a dinner function or a business dinner or something, and something funny happens, or we have a conversation about how much the restaurant service sucked, or like whatever, but we literally have a dinner conversation like over the podcast. That is going to be amazing. Can you imagine the conversations that will come, or the things that you'd hear? I'm telling you right now, that needs to happen. That needs to be a podcast. So I just had this epiphany. I just had this idea because we just came back from dinner. We were eating dinner at Texas Roadhouse, and something funny happened during dinner. I was like, what a great dinner conversation. And then bing, Dinner Conversation Podcast. It needs to be named that. Dinner Conversations with John Hoolan. Dinner Conversations with Mark Dudek. Dinner Conversations with your co-host, Sean Douglas, and somebody else. I'm telling you, it'd be family dinner conversations or whatever. Dinner conversations. That's got to be the topic of the. That's got to be the conversation of the podcast. Can my 10-year-old join? He uses F-bombs at our table and says, "Yes! Oh, this is getting even better. Oh my God, we could do a panel. We could have like 3 of us. We could have 4 of us, dude. We could have 4 people. We could have 4 people as co-hosts, right?" Like, we could all co-host and be like, what are you talking about at your dinner table? Well, our dinner table, because think about it. Holy shit. Okay, listen. So this is getting serious. I'm about to freaking execute this idea right now. A second podcast is getting made. This is going to freaking happen. Dinner Conversations. So, holy shit. Jay Perez is the best designer that I know for podcast graphics, for everything else. Jay Perez is the best in the world at what he does. And so, Jay Perez, if you're watching, or if you watch this video, a podcast is being born today. Dinner Conversations. John Hoolan said he's in. Amy Curran, I'd love to have your son. I'd love to have your son on the podcast. Oh God. So we all have dinner conversations. We all have conversations during dinner. I want to put those on a podcast. That's going to happen. That is going to be an amazing, that's a number 1 podcast idea. Dinner Conversations. And we literally have 4 or 5 of us just having a conversation, and it doesn't even matter what the topic is. Like, we just don't even come up with a topic. We're like, so what are we going to talk about today? I don't know, how was your day? And then all of a sudden a conversation gets rolling, because that's how dinner conversations usually get going. So we're literally going to record a dinner conversation. But yeah, man, that's got to happen. Dinner Conversations, the new podcast. Somebody needs to start that. John Hoolan said he was in. Amy Curran has a 10-year-old that drops F-bombs at the dinner table. I would co-host it with somebody. Let's make it happen. Somebody needs to execute on this idea, because this is a freaking huge. And then if you want to talk sponsorships, right, since you're doing Dinner Conversations, you could actually have people sponsor who does things with dinner, like whoever food products, whatever. If you want to have like people sponsor it, just, dude, I'm literally walking in a grocery store. Dude, I had to get this I had to get this documented. Dinner Conversations, the new podcast that has to happen. Sponsorships could be somebody with food, somebody about dinner, somebody about whatever. Call Texas Roadhouse and be like, you need to sponsor this podcast. Whatever. Restaurants, grocery stores, brands that make stuff like I don't know, like ramen noodles. Ramen noodles can like sponsor the podcast. I don't care, but this has to happen. Kind of like the old SNL skit with the Bears. Yes, with the Bears. Absolutely. So hey, that's it. I gotta go. We gotta get some things from